So please let me know when the screen is sharing. I think you're already seeing, right?
Yes, it's up.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, thank you all for being here today. This is the last day of the Field Service Bootcamp. I'm really happy to be part of this. This session is about taking your experts to the field without really leaving the office. And of course, if you know about Dynamics 365, you know we are talking about remote assist. So, really quick introduction of myself. My name is Nicolas Fernandez, Nico Fernandez, actually. I am Microsoft MVP in business application from since February this year. I'm a pre-sales director at Infaban, a Spanish company, and jumping into the agenda because the session is it's 30 minutes only, and there's a lot of things to tell you about and a few demos to do. So it's going to be a four steps agenda. The first one is going to be an introduction of the Mix 365 Remote Assist. Then we'll try to quickly understand different use cases that companies, customers might need. Uh, we'll go into the devices, what kind of devices you can use, and we'll try to show. I'll try to show you how the devices works. And at the end, we are going to review the different features, the main features, and then the key talk points when we have conversations about remote assist. So for me, the first thing was trying to give you a definition of at least what I think remote assist actually is, and I think this quite did it. So remote assist is the business application that helps professionals to improve the task by collaborating more efficiently and working together from different locations. And you may know that. If you have a conversation with customers about remote assist, there are a few doubts on the difference between remote assist and Teams or other collaboration tool. But the key here is that this is a business application, so it's fully integrated with the Dynamics 365 in a more deeper way than you might understand Teams do it. So there are three things to consider on this. The first one is it helps you to solve problems in real time. So you have here a tool, an application that will help you to bring information, bring critical documents, critical information to the technicals or technical, sorry, on the field from the hand of the experts. And this is some of the use cases that are applied. But then you'll also be able to walk through a site without needing to be there actually. So these key points or these 3 points are going to be really important when we talk about the business use cases. For me, there are two main scenarios where you can implement or the way you can implement remote assist. The first one is if you have a work order related assistance that you need. So you work with field service, you schedule your crew or your technicians, and you send it to the field. And then maybe he's a junior technician, or maybe it's not their expertise field, the things they need to do. And then they'll have to ask assistance from an expert. Of course, it's not only for this kind of scenario that you assist your own people. From talks, and actually we implemented remote assist with customers that provide HoloLens and provide the remote assist license to their customers. So uh, it's not only for your technicians actually. Well, and the other side, the other scenario where you can implement remote assist is when you need an ad hoc assistance. I'm doing something and I really need an assistant from an expert. I didn't make any schedule. It's not a work order related thing, and I just put my whole lens. So I take the phone and I call the expert and I have the assistant that I need. And if we take these things in consideration, there's these use cases that we will face when we talk with customers. The first one, and really obvious, is the maintenance. Uh, it will help all the break and fix scenarios, the preventive maintenance, and so it's the field service scenario, the classic field service scenario. This is given to give the technicians and another tool, another application to help them to solve the problems. The second one is the audit and inspection scenario. So you don't have to travel, you don't have to move from your office to be able to audit maybe a factory. So this kind of scenario brings or puts together people from different places and helps them to make these audits and inspections during these the current days with COVID. And so this use case is really important for the industry. Then we have to improve the service, and this is the use case I was talking before from our customer. They take the remote assist license to their customers as part of as the service that they provide. So this is also important as a new scenario to talk with the customers. Then, of course, we have the training scenario where the more senior professionals can help with the training process to the junior professionals that don't really need to be in the same place, same country, or whatever. And the final part is the fifth use case is to help with the manufacturing procedures. If you have some assembling procedures or any other manufacturing procedures that may need any kind of help, any kind of assistance to do it, well, remote assist is going to be a tool for that. When we talk about remote assist, it's really easy to think about the HoloLens. Actually, it's the most popular picture, that the person with the helmet and the HoloLens, the HoloLens 2. But there are many devices that you may use, and a few right now are in public preview. It's going to be GA in October. But there are four kind of devices that are part of the remote assist implementation. The first one is the desktop or laptop or notebook. It's the one you're going to use as an expert when they call you and you are on your office. You don't have to have any kind of mobile kind of device. So if you are using Teams and this is the approach of the implementation, you are in your office and they start calling you, and we will see some examples of that. Then you have the more classic scenario for the technician on the field, and that's the HoloLens. It's all both working with HoloLens 1 and HoloLens 2, and you are going to be the remote assist user. Then you have the mobile devices or the smartphones and tablets devices, and there are two kinds: the ones that have augmented reality capabilities and the ones that doesn't have the capability. So right now, remote assist will work with both of them. So it's really democratizing this new feature, because you don't have to have a new phone, either a $2,000 phone or $200 phone. With any kind of cheap phone, basically you will be able to use remote assist with reduced capabilities, of course, but it's not a deal breaker right now. So you don't have to spend $3,000 on the HoloLens, or you don't have to buy the iPhone or the iPad. With a regular phone, you will be able to use remote assist, and we'll see how it works with each device. So I was trying to think on key differences between the HoloLens and the mobile devices, and the capabilities are really similar. There's not much difference on the capabilities part, but there's a few important things. The first one is the user experience. With the HoloLens, of course, you will have your hands free, and you'll be hearing from the HoloLens. It's going to be much more easier for you to work. But also you will have like a virtual desktop or workspace where you can pin the different windows that you're working with. So you'll have your main window. It's the remote assist
One that we
application.
don't have here.
Sorry.
Uh, sorry, someone speaking. What?
Oh, okay, I'll continue. If there's any question, please let me know. So you have the main window. It's going to be the remote assist application.
What?
Okay. Oh, and then you maybe you'll have a document that the person on Teams share with you. With the HoloLens, you will be able to see both things, and you will be able to pin those things on space to help more easily, more comfortable. Then you have the group calling. It's not yet available on mobile devices. You won't be able to join the team meetings through the mobile device. It's only available on the HoloLens. Then with HoloLens, as I mentioned, you are hands-free to work with both hands, and of course with the no AR mobile devices, you will work only with a 2D type of image. It's going to be a picture. It's not going to be part of the 3D experience. Say so. I always thought that the best thing to show an application or a Dynamics 365 application is to really show it not only with PowerPoint. So I prepared a few videos with a coworker to show the different experiences. The first one I have. This is the view that I have with the HoloLens. HoloLens 2 allows you to record, of course. So I start calling. There's a pop-up that is telling me that the person that I'm going to call is going to see what I'm looking at. I'm really sorry that all the demo it's in Spanish, so it's not really hard to understand. But I try to translate every message. So I'm calling the specialist here. From the other side, on his desktop, there is he's on Teams, and he received the pop-up, and he will answer the call. Uh, in this case, when he start the call, I'll start watching his face because he accepted the call with the video, and he will start watching everything I can see with the HoloLens. At that point, if you have the integration with Dynamics 365 field service, you won't be able to open the Dynamics 365 screen while you're on the call because it's for privacy purposes. So I can move the conversation, as you can see, with the HoloLens. So I'm working with both hands, and here I don't know why the video is looking so bad. I opened the electric panels, and I asking for help because maybe I don't know what to do, but maybe I'm new with these things, or I'm not familiar with this model of the electric panel. So when he start editing, he can draw things, he can do some annotations, he can pin some arrows also. This is all the menu he has on. He will be able, of course, to share documents, but it's not for the editing part. So he add the arrow. He's now stopping the edit part, and if you were watching on the small screen on the bottom, I was still working. So he's the only one that has the freeze image. So here I can see his annotation. Here I can see the arrow that he had, and I can start recording the conversation now because now I know what to do, and maybe he also can record the conversation, but he's trying to sorry he's trying to share me a document, but the truth is that I already know what to do. I already did it, and I want to record these steps for me to reuse on the next time. As you can see, me as a technician, I was able to start recording. Of course, the notification on Teams appears that the recording has started, and I asked him to show me again so we can record the indications, and of course I can do it again. Then I'll stop the recording. This is going to be uploaded to stream right away, and I will be able to see this video, download it, share it from stream, whatever I want, because I'm the owner of the video. And he's now showing me a document that I want to that maybe need to use. So here I can see I don't have any documents shared yet. I only have a picture that I took some other time, and he shares a document. Kind of slow the connection, I think. And I'm going to start seeing this new document on my workspace, my virtual workspace. So I grab this document and I put it on the green wall next to me, and it will be able to start looking this document from one side, talking with the person on the other side, and I can go through the pages. This is the mixed reality license guide. And then if the specialist needs to give me any kind of indications or instructions through this document, maybe it's a blueprint or maybe it's a picture of the asset that I'm going to work with, he can also do annotations on that, and he can put some arrows and give me this kind of indications. And this is something we can keep working with. So I mentioned that from the HoloLens, I also can join a meeting, and this is how it looks. I have the meetings on the top of my screen. It says that I have a meeting that I can join in, and I just go there and start calling to the meeting. And it's going to be the same experience than before. The person might enter the meeting from the pop-up, or maybe he can go to the meeting. It's a Teams meeting that I created, so he can go there and enter. I'm sorry, I moved really fast the slide. Here we're working with an iPad, and the experience is going to be the same or really similar for the user. So I'm calling the person, there's going to be a pop-up there, and he will accept the call. From that time, I'll have to share it in the screen, and I have to map it first for being able to introduce some errors and annotations. And because if I don't do it, the specialist, the expert, will also won't be able to do it. So as you can see, the experience for the arrow here, it's different than before. This is the new feature that's already available, but it's really nice. As you can see, I put it the arrow, and I can see it from 3D perspective. So I can work with these tools to make the arrow, the annotations. So also the specialist can work, and we can work together with some annotation from one side and the other. And it's going to be, as I mentioned, a really similar experience. The difference is that I'm not drawing in the air. I'm not putting arrows in the air. I am doing it on the screen. And also I have one hand occupied. Then I will be able to share pictures or share, of course, any kind of documents, but it's going to be a part of the only one thing at a time experience. So I take a picture and I share it with the specialist, and he's going to see this picture as a link into the conversation that we are having. So it's already done, and it's going to appear on his side right now in a few seconds. So then we have the mobile experience, and we have two flavors here. So I move it really fast again. We start talking with my mobile on vertical way. I'll call the experts, and here we wanted to see a feature that's it's really nice. It's new feature that's available, and it's the low bandwidth capability or mode. So we start working with the specialist, and we'll do the same things. The experience here, it's really similar to the tablet, or it's really equivalent to the tablet. I believe one of the videos stopped. Okay, so it's really similar. But the thing is, when I start recording the call, the low bandwidth experience pop up, and it was really nice because I was able to record it. So when I'm working with it, I just take a picture. I'm going to send it to the chat, and it's really similar that of what we saw before. And it's kind of so here is when the connection is poor, it will appear this pop-up, and I will have to share a screenshot, and we'll start working with that. So I will share the screenshot, and the specialist, will work on that picture that I share with him. So it's going to be similar than the experience from the no augmented reality phones. So there, I took the picture, and you can see both screens are the same freeze picture, and this is how we will work when we have low bandwidth connection. And at the end, we have the experience from the non augmented reality device. Here, the Rose Assist application tells me that we don't have augmented reality capabilities, but it doesn't matter. So we only start working the call, and what we have to do is the same thing that we saw before. We take the picture, and we share the picture with the specialist. So it's going to be a 2D collaboration. So when we finish working with the picture, it's not going to be any annotation or any arrow on my space, or it's not going to be a really mixed reality experience. It's going to be just annotations on the picture that I'm sending. So I take the picture, I send it to the specialist, and we will start working together on that. But then again, when I finish working with this picture, it's not going to be anything on my screen. It's going to be I can save it, I can download it on my device, or I can share it on the conversation, but it's not going to be any part of the mixed reality experience at all. The, we say I'm going to send it to the chat, but then when I close it, it's not really any annotations or any arrow there. We lost it. So shall we do the last slides? And I'm really sorry for at least I saw some video problems there. I'll share the videos on YouTube later. The main features that at least I think the main features of Remote Assist are, first of all, the markups and the arrow, the annotations capability. Of course, that you can record all the calls and review it and share it for training purposes or for audit purposes. The document and picture sharing is really important because you can bring information to the field without any problem. You can bring all the blueprints or manuals or things that the technician may need. Of course, you have the low bandwidth connection. It's really nice. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be something, an important talk point for some countries. Then you have the one-to-one calls, the group calls, the meeting calls, and there's going to be much more in the future with the roadmap. And the key talking points that I think there are, of course, the field service integration. I didn't mention a lot of that because I prefer to talk about remote assist, but it's important because it's like the last part of field service implementation. Then the one-trap integration for the document sharing or document management. there is a new command as a service integration for the asset management, and this is going to be great because you can integrate with any CRM or with any ERP that has your assets, but then you will use remote assist with that data to work on the field. The Azure Active Directory integration, of course, this Dynamics 365, it's on Office 365, but this is important because other remote assistance applications didn't work with that, and you need some kind of single sign-on configuration. So this is not the case. You have a multi-device experience, as I mentioned, not only for the technician, but also for the specialist, because he will be able to work with Teams on the mobile device, Teams on desktop and laptop, and in the future, the specialist is going to be, can be also a remote assist user. It's going to be a safe, easy, and quick deployment. There's not much to do if it's a standalone implementation. Then your experts can be internal or external. There's different kind of implementations that you can work with your vendors, and there is also on roadmap on these new release notes. You can share one use link to your customers and vendors. So right now there are a few scenarios, but in the future it's going to be a few more. The low band connection, as I mentioned, it's going to be important from some countries, and of course the amazing roadmap ahead. Where to begin? Get familiar with the demo environment. It's free. You can take it without any problem. Analyze possible integrations with CRM, ERPs, of course, field service. Get trained, and of course, if you need any help, reach a specialist. Just close. My contact information is up there. Twitter, LinkedIn. If you want to connect and talk more about remote assist or any other subject, please feel free to reach to me. Auntie, I was running in the last minute, so I'm really sorry for that. And again, I think I put a lot of videos on the PowerPoint, and it's not recommended. I saw a little video problem there.
No worries, buddy. That was an interesting session. Thanks, Nicolas.